Her name Berubia, but the crew call her Libby. Walk in, scan the room, she can read you in a minute, so vivid. Laugh loud, but her eyes stay sharp. Knows the soft parts behind hard talk. You flex, she just lifts one brow. Already knows what you're hiding right now. You think you're slick, you think you're smooth. She sees right through the fog around you. Libby sees through all the smoke that you move. She don't fall for the show you play. She gon' put you in your place, in your place. Libby sees you. Pass the jacket, pass the shoes. If you fake, she'll say it to your face, and she'll send you back to wash your hands again. Bathroom door swing, you rush right past. She freezes time with a side eye blast. Turn around, try again. She the hygiene hero and a real good friend. She can clock when your stories don't add, but she checks on you when you're sad. Fair as the scales that she keeps in her mind. Call you out, then help you get right. You think you're slick, you think you're smooth. She sees right through the fog around you. Libby sees through all the smoke that you move. She don't fall for the show you play. She gon' put you in your place, in your place. Libby sees you. Pass the jacket, pass the shoes. If you fake, she'll say it to your face, and she'll send you back to wash your hands again. Hands up, wash up, don't test fate. She the friend that'll help you be great. Real love looks tough on a bad day.
Hey, welcome back. It is as always good to see you today. It is Thursday, which is a good thing. Hello, Princess Pirate Pickle Pants. Hello, Mars. I hope you are both doing well. So, I did find a different cable for my boom mic. So, we're gonna see if my boom mic works okay tonight. If it doesn't, I'll switch back to the, my wireless Go mics. Hey, Nikki. How you doing, hon? You getting ready for work? We're gonna be watching your video. Hey, CCB. Hopefully the mic level is okay. It looks like I'm peaking. Let me turn that down a little bit. Oh, taking us into the shower with you. We tend to shower with a lot of people in this community. But I'm sure many of you have already seen Nikki's video. If you haven't, do go give it a watch on her channel. But I'm going to watch it here with you all because I want to, and it's a good video. Nikki has done an incredible job of parsing down the story over from multiple videos down into a concise timeline of Roz's own words. So, hey Mel's. You tempted to stay home? It's Friday. You know, Nikki, I'm gonna be a bad influence and just say that you should stay home. You should stay home and hang out with us. You're making a birthday dinner for your daughter. Well, happy birthday to Silly Little Kitty's daughter. And hello, Silly Little Kitty. Hey, Lizzie. I read Lizzie's message instead of saying hi to Lizzie. So, I did cover this story previously in probably a 20-hour live stream. Who the fuck knows? Rosie's story of dealing with this coworker. But like I said, Nikki has parsed it down into just the main bits from Roz. But I would like to get Mel's perspective. Because Mel's, were you in Roz's community whenever she was talking about this coworker that she was giving these coworkers that she was giving rides to? Were you watching her then? Because I would like to get your perspective from back then, listening to her tell these stories, and now, how you see it now. I think it'd be really interesting to get your perspective as a former supporter of Roz, and your feelings and thoughts of at the time when she was telling these stories, and what you think of it now. Hey, Zan. Well, hello, green screen. Aren't you just being a little bitch again? Let's fix that. I hate that I always have to redo my filters because I never have the same consistent lighting. Because, well, there's sunlight. There's sunlight coming in my window. And as the sun starts to go down, my lighting's going to change. And that's going to change the shade of greens on my green screen. So, there we go. Is my volume okay for you guys? Am I too loud? Am I too quiet? Because I'm trying to use the boom mic. Because I bought the fucker several years ago. I need to use it. Hey, Vicky. How you doing? So I'm sure all of you have already seen this, but we can maybe fill in some gaps, or there might be questions that people have, and also I want to get Mel's take from then to now. Hey, Cashew. Good, thank you. All right, so this is, if you are not aware, this is a story from, I want to say it was 2023, was it, Nikki? Was it 2023? She had just started a job. Yeah, bike worm. It's a lot, or cashew, it's a lot. Nikki says, to be fair, and in everyone's defense, including Chris and Mel's, Rosie is manipulative. She twists things to make her sound like a downtrodden warrior. It was also extremely hard to criticize her. 2024. Oh, fuck me. It is in the title. Thanks, Nikki. Nikki says, read the screen, you dumbass. Yeah, it is hard to defend her, but I just want to hear Mel's take from hearing her tell this story back then and what she was thinking and feeling then. Like, wow, yeah, Rose, you really do need to get money from them. Or if Mel's had the same thoughts then of like, you know. Mel's says, let me say, I would personally never kick anyone out of my car. So when she did that, I was mortified, but I thought maybe on Florida that is what they do, and I accepted it. I will let you know after. No, it's not. It's not acceptable anywhere. Hey, Spastic Ghost. Hey, Taylor. Oh, you're getting in the shower. I'll have to speak up. Okay, let me get closer to the mic here and speak up for Nikki, so she can hear us. So she can hear me over her, I don't know, soaping over the water. Dealing with someone like Roz is incredibly difficult. She's very adept at how she gives out the facts of a situation. Exactly. But the funny thing is, she occasionally will let slip little bits that's like, oh, well, so you're not quite the victim here, are you? I need to get a different cable. I thought I had one that was long enough, but I want to get one that goes all the way around my desk. I guess I need like a 10-footer. Hey, Courtney. How you doing, hun? I know, Nikki's getting in the shower. She's already doing better than Rosie. All right. I want a better place to mount this boom arm, but I don't have any other place on my desk where I can mount it except for over here between my monitors. Hey, Run Amok, welcome in. All right. Where's my play button?
I've never wanted to deck an old lady as much as I did.
Let me turn that up. That's going to be really low. So she just said, I've never wanted to...
In that moment. I've never wanted to deck an old lady as much as I did in that moment. I wanted to deck her.
They've had all day today to get me the fucking money. Well, where's my fucking money?
I left them in the parking lot. I'm so angry. I pulled over into a parking lot and I had to threaten the cops. How am I gonna look like I don't want to punch her?
This is a warning to future colleagues. Mel says, I never thought she would ever do anything like that. I just accepted it, I guess, and I learned so much since then. She is a sick and twisted person. It's not just me, right? Yeah, it's very toxic. So, Zan, the context is Rosie had started a new job at like a call center, like doing sales and stuff, and this was the first week of training, and you'll understand what's going on. Be safe running errands. Mel says, people are nice. I grew up like you all. Yeah. We're just people. July 24th.
So, like, there's been
Yeah, look, the date's right there too, Libby. Jeez.
a microwave saga situation at my job. So I had two things happen like back to back on 2 different days. But one day I was heating up my lunch and I stepped away from the microwave. Now I sat it for like 3 or 4 minutes. This situation was just so dumb because I went to go buy something. I went to go buy like a Diet Coke because I really wanted a soda and I had issues with it and I got that figured out and I walked up like within less than 30 seconds of my food being done. Like I'm not kidding. It was like barely within 30 seconds. As I'm walking up, I see this person in my this person was in my training class. Touched my food, took my food out of the microwave, and I saw them like putting their food in. So they had like just done it because I had planned to be back before it was finished cooking. And I was like real irritated about that, but I didn't say anything. I didn't do anything because like at the end of the day, I did walk away from the microwave and it did finish cooking. Because the next day, a separate situation.
I mean, I personally would never take somebody else's food out of a microwave. I would just wait for them to come back. But, so, from what I've gathered from some conversations I've seen, the training people, the people here for training, get an hour lunch. The people that are done with training and have started just their regular working hours and working position get a 30-minute lunch. So, but even if they have an hour to eat, you know, there were 5 microwaves, I believe we were told at some point, not in this video, but during the actual videos. But I don't know if I would take somebody's food out of the microwave personally. I might just kind of look around. Why is my green screen being stupid again already? But she did walk away, and the person who needed the microwave, maybe there weren't any other ones open, and that one was done. No, Spastic Ghost. She had been away for less than 30 seconds after it finished. She'd set it for 3 or 4 minutes and then left while it was cooking for those 3 or 4 minutes to get a soda. But she had issues getting the soda or whatever, and it took her longer than she thought it was going to. Right, according to her. Sorry, I need to add another filter here for my green screen. If there was no other microwaves available and the food was done cooking, I would remove the person's food and put it nearby. If you have 30 minutes for lunch, time is of the essence. So from what I've gathered, Cashew, the training people in the training class had an hour for lunch. And this person, she said, was in her training class. But still, you know, I mean, I just me personally, I wouldn't do that. But other people possibly could take it out of the microwave because I would assume that person is close by and is going to be getting their food out of the microwave in just a couple of seconds. But right, they touched my food. No, they just touched the Tupperware container that it was in. You touch everybody else's food with your grubby, nasty, gross fucking hands. Nobody's going to contaminate your food any more than you already have.
Situation happened. So that day I was like, okay, I'm gonna pick a different microwave that's at like a different vantage point so I can see it better while I'm doing whatever I'm doing. And this time I walked away no less.
Why can't you just stand there and wait for it? I don't know why I'm doing whatever I'm doing. Two different situations, Courtney. That's the one coming up here. We have two different microwave situations. The one she just told. There's two different microwave situations here. The first one, she put it in the microwave, left to go get a soda. It took longer than she thought it would. And somebody had just taken her food out. Right? Now this is the second microwave situation we're coming on to. Nikki says, what if I'm hungry and need to do other things in my break? Sorry, but it's selfish to leave it in there and I'm waiting whilst my break is ticking away. Yeah. I mean, I agree. She probably she should have just waited for the food to be done and then went to get her soda or get the soda beforehand. It probably was run amok because she wasn't very far away because she could see the microwave. She said she had issues getting the soda, so.
Less than 10 feet. My food was cooking, okay? Like, it had not even been in the microwave for a minute, and I set it for 3 minutes. And this old crony-ass bitch walks up to my microwave that I had...
What's not adding up, run amok? It makes perfect sense. She put her food in the microwave, walked away to go get a soda, had issue getting the soda. It took her longer than the 3 to 4 minutes. As she's going back to the microwave... She's walking back to the microwave to go get her food. It had just finished. She sees somebody taking it out of the microwave. What doesn't make sense. So the second one, though, she's wandering away to do fuck all while her food is cooking.
3 minutes. And this old crony-ass bitch.
So here's the thing. She says an old crony-ass bitch. I'm wondering, and Nikki, was it ever confirmed that this is the same woman that she kicked out of her car?
Walks up to my microwave that I had my different tumbler set on top of the microwave while my food was cooking. She took my I watched her take my tumbler off the microwave. And I'm like, she's not about to do what I think she's about to do. And she goes to press the button to take my food while it was cooking out of the fucking...
I don't think we know that, Nikki. We don't know who she was talking to.
Microwave. And I'm like, from across, like, I'm not kidding, I was less than 20 feet away at, like, the water cooler. And I was like, excuse me? I'm using that. Hello?
Well, let's not spread misinformation, Nikki.
I'm using that. Hello? The fucking audacity. I shamelessly, like, after that happened, I was talking to some of my...
So this time, she was across the room by the water cooler talking to somebody. Her food was cooking. Her tumbler was on top of the microwave, I guess to denote, hey, this microwave's in use. Whatever, I don't care. But she is saying that her food was still cooking and that the person was going to take it out while it was cooking, which that's not okay, all right? It's not okay to take somebody's food out while it's still cooking. I don't care if they're not there. Jessica, this one, she's had a couple of different jobs, and this one, Nikki, was this the one where she passed out and had to have the ambulance called or whatever, and then she went to the mental health facility and was on short-term disability and then never went back? Is that this one? Yeah, make sure you're on all chat, not top chat. Princess Pirate Pickle Pants says, in the first incident, the person had every right to remove her food. If the second incident is true, she had a right to be upset. But you're at work, you don't act like a baby. Right. She's very entitled, very bitchy, very much a baby. And you're going to hear what she says to somebody else in the training class. Now, this other person, this second person, I think was also in the training class.
Fucking audacity. I shamelessly, like, after that happened, I was talking to someone in my training class, shamelessly said to this person, I was like, yeah, I think some people lack house training. Because what the fuck is that? What the fuck is that? Like, I know children with better etiquette than that. So the first day when that incident happened, I was pissy about it because, like, don't touch my food, you're a stranger, that's fucking weird, I don't appreciate it. But I had stepped away just to, like, deal with something, and I came back to it. Long story short, I'm buying an electric lunchbox because what the fuck is this? Absolutely.
So she's buying an electric lunchbox. Now, this is doing the Phoebe Braun. This is the first week. She's only been. This is within the first week. Mel says, I'm shy and I don't challenge people. I just know my values and morals. I have learned so much from you all about Roz's true personality, and it is scary as all get out. I was wrong for so long. You know, Roz is manipulative, Mel's. Roz is manipulative. She twists the narrative. She always changes the narrative and the story to make herself out to be the victim. So, I don't blame people for being duped by her. Not one bit. Especially 2 and 3 years ago. So now she's in her training class bitching to people. Some people don't have house training. And you know everybody heard her because she's so fucking loud.
You not. Absolutely the motherfucker not. Do they have like a policy that you have to stand there? Well, no, there's no policy. You just stand there where the food is cooking or something. It's just people are entitled. And honestly,
well, no, there's no policy, but it's common courtesy. It's common courtesy that while you're heating up food in the microwave at work, unless you're just stepping away like a couple of feet and you're like talking to people at the microwaves, you know, or you just stand there and wait. I mean, maybe you might walk away for a second to go get a plastic fork or something, you know, or if you know that you can buy something really quickly. I mean, I just know when I used to work in the office, I mean, we didn't have like scheduled breaks for our lunches. We just went to go have lunch whenever we wanted. Pretty much stayed gone as long as we wanted. So it's a little bit different in my previous company. But you know, people would ask, like, hey, Lib, your food's done. Do we take it out for you? Yeah, sure. Go ahead. You know, but, you know, we were all friends at my previous job. Everybody got along. I always said we were a big dysfunctional family. Like, whenever I go to the happy hours that I go to once in a while, it's those people. It's the people that I used to work with at this company. My friend that I have lunch with, Maureen, we work together at that company. So a little bit different of a situation, but, you know, don't go too far. Pay attention. Respect that other people may be on a timeline for their break and may want to also take time to relax. And just stay with the microwave and watch your food. But of course, Roz is selfish and doesn't care about anybody else. Yeah, she's highly narcissistic. Cashew says, I don't think you need a policy. You should wait for your food to get it out right away for the next person. Right. Right. I mean, I think they had 5 microwaves, but if this is a call center, there's a lot of fucking people trying to take their lunch.
Work in the sales world, so people are really entitled and selfish there, kind of inherently.
What was that?
Like a policy that you have to stand there. Well, no, there's no policy. You just stand there where the food is cooking or something. It's just people are entitled. And honestly, I work in the sales world, so people are really entitled and selfish there, kind of inherently. A lot of...
Pot, kettle, black. What is that, Roz? You are kind of selfish and entitled inherently. Courtney says, we don't know the relationship she had with said co-workers. Perhaps this was a regular occurrence that she would hog the microwave. She had no friends at work, it seems. She was there less than a week. This was the training. This was the first training week. We're going to find that out here in a couple of minutes. They hadn't been there more than a week yet.
Not all of them, but a lot of them. So, honestly, that's really that on that. The world revolves around that lady, don't you know? Seriously, Krabby. Oh my God. I gotta be careful in case any of my co-workers from my YouTube, but I had opinions and thoughts. Anyway, moving on. I just so bloody rude.
Ass.
I would at least edit out the calling the lady a B. It's fine. She was a bitch. Hey, I'm off the clock. So the microwave thing was kind of cuckoo for Cocoa Puffs.
What's that? You're off the clock? So why does it matter what happens later whenever you all are off the clock?
If I had COVID, I wouldn't go to fucking work. I'd love an excuse to not go to work. Are you kidding? Oh,
We know.
People. I blame the old lady who was touching your food for getting you sick. Me too. Fuck that bitch. I've never wanted to deck an old lady as much as I did.
Did you see that kind of the movement she made there?
Food for getting you sick. Me too. Fuck that bitch. I've never wanted to deck an old lady as much as I did in that moment.
Roz has such anger issues. I wouldn't be surprised if she could become physical just because of some of the motions she makes. And you're going to see her do this again later. She's very aggressive.
I wanted to deck her. I was so, I mentioned the girl, the first time that microwave situation happened. There was a little more room to be I was a little more in the wrong in that situation, because,
You were in the wrong. Not a little more, you were in the wrong.
My microwave did go off, and I should have been there by the time it went off, but I just got caught off by, no more than 30 seconds. And I remember when I walked up and I realized some bitch had touched my food, I was like, touch your, I literally, to myself, in my head went, Rosie, what was it, Rosie?
And I'm so sorry. I keep looking at her boobs. I can't help it. They're not being contained by that bathing suit very well. Nikki says, is Vicky still here? I believe she would have more insight on some of the details we aren't sure of. Vicky, are you still here?
Check your face. That's what it was. I was like, Rosie, check your face.
Check your face, Rosie.
Check your face. Check your face.
She doesn't have a poker face, neither does her mom.
Because because my face says it all. And that's one of the reasons why I work on phones, not in person. I could never do in-person sales. Could never be me. But on the phone, oh my gosh, yes.
No one is scared of her. I don't know Xanax. She's a big girl. She could be very intimidating, I think, if it's a little old lady.
Mute. Oh my god, that's a fucking bitch. I can't fucking sit. Oh yeah, absolutely. You know what I'm saying? She took out of the microwave, or she manhandled it. I mean.
So somebody asked, did she just take the container out? What's the big deal? And now Ross is like, well, she just took it out.
The first person I didn't see. The second person I intervened.
So how do you know they actually touched anything? Her parents are scared of her. I think her parents are scared of her. It makes me wonder what kind of temper tantrums she threw as a kid. She scares you in other ways, Nikki. She's very manipulative. Very manipulative. It's scary.
So I stopped her because she was... So the second person... Because if you missed it earlier in the live, there was 2 situations on 2 different days. The first one actually touched my shit, which is just crazy. Crazy disrespectful.
But you didn't see her, but since it was out of the microwave, ergo, somebody had to take it out of the microwave.
And my biggest hot button is disrespect. If I feel
If you disrespect me... Hey, Empress. Yeah, Chantal is awful. Yeah, the pillow punching and screaming. The way she thinks and treats people, I find genuinely concerning. I agree, Nikki. Yeah, she's just not a good person. She uses people. She's manipulative. She manipulates and lies to get her way. She makes a mountain out of a molehill. So much worse is happening in the world, but let's flip about someone moving your food. Seems legit. Yeah, this was a couple years ago, a year and a half ago. But yeah. Spastico says, I would be scared that upper management would side with her if I was her coworker. Yeah, I mean, they'd probably just be like, just don't do it again. Whatever.
disrespected, we got a fucking problem. I can tolerate most shit, but if someone is outright disrespectful, I got a fucking problem.
Yeah, but what do you consider disrespect? You disrespect everybody all the fucking time.
And that shit is disrespectful. Yeah, I will be purchasing an electric lunchbox as soon as I can. That is a priority purchase for me. If I play my cards right, if I figure out like how to use one, and I could have it cook and then go straight to my car, eat in my car, and I could maybe even do like lunch lives. They would be eat with me style because they would have to be. Hold on, someone just texted me. Hang on.
And the birds are laughing at her.
I'm gonna deal with that text later. On Saturday, I gave somebody a ride home. I gave 2 people a ride home, and they said they were gonna pay me part through.
So here's where people are always in my chat being like, hey, Libby, think about that coworker she let off in the parking lot. And it makes me angry.
Zelle and part through Venmo, and I got $3 on one, and they were supposed to send me 12 on another. I never got it. And they just asked to set up for another ride. Maybe she didn't realize? I don't know. Because I told her about it, and she said she was going to send me a screenshot, and she never did. But I guess because, like, someone else was supposed to send it through Venmo or something. So I don't know what's going on with that, but I'm not fucking around with that. I'm not, like, and I'm gonna tell her straight out, like, if you want to do this with me, like, because I like a gas money hustle, you know what I'm saying? This isn't a charity. Like,
So that's what I have an issue with. A gas money hustle. I'm not a charity. Well, but you could be a decent fucking human being. You could be a decent fucking person. And be like, hey, yeah, we all work together. If you wouldn't mind chipping in a couple bucks for gas, that's fine. Because you're going to hear her say they're on her way home. Right, Nikki? You don't hustle your colleagues who are just as broke as you. I know. It's just... This is why it pisses me off so fucking much. Because she tells us... You all are going to hear it here in a minute. But she tells us that she hasn't been paid yet and she needs money for gas. These people in your class have also not been paid yet. But you're trying to charge them... This person, $15 every fucking day for one-way trip home from work. $15 fucking dollars. I don't recall how much gas was in 2024, but let's just say $3. That's 5 gallons of gas for a 20, 25, 35. We don't know because she keeps changing it minute ride. Right, Ms. Drola, sometimes you can do things for other people and expect nothing in return, right? Cashew says, I have an issue with that too. Most people would offer some gas money or buying her a coffee from time to time to give back for the ride. Right. Be like, hey, I know you like to get a Diet Coke with your lunch. Let me get you a couple Diet Cokes, or can I get you a coffee? Or if they can't do that, like, hey, here's like $10 for the week. Did she ask why the person was removing her food? No, it's pretty obvious why they were. I mean, they wanted to use the microwave. She had 4 people. Princess Pirate Pickle Pants, 4 people, not 5 or 6. So here's what we think we figured out, okay? The 2 women were living in the same place. So the 2 women were $15. The 2 guys were going to 2 different addresses. And we don't know how much she was charging them, but it was probably less than $15 because they lived closer to the office than these 2 women did. So what we figured out is it's because she just said $3 and then 12. So 15 for one way for both women because they're going to the same house. The 2 guys are paying 2 different prices, or apparently sometimes they paid her in marijuana because they're going to 2 different addresses. And they were guys, and one of them she wanted to fuck until she realized he was married.
I already have a 40-minute commute. It's one of the reasons why people are wanting to get rides from me because, like...
Okay, yeah, she has a 40-minute drive to work, and these people live between her and work.
I'm more north, so it's like... She said that she's already spent, like, $800 on Ubers and shit, and I'm like, okay, so that means you need to, like...
$800 in Uber is a lot. So... this woman may not be in the training class, but the other woman... No, Nikki. Chris confirmed in your chat last night. Hey, Chris. Chris confirmed in your chat last night that she didn't know at this time that he was married. She didn't find that out until later. Hey, Fiona's mom, how you feeling? Run amok, I don't know how much the place was paying. Hey, Yummy. So...
like, pay me. And I'm charging way less than Uber. Yeah, I can't...
Yeah, so I think one of these women... Here's what I suspect, and I'm just speculating on this, because she says one of the women was in her training class. The older woman that she kicked out was in her training class. I think the other woman had already been working at this place and maybe got her roommate or friend that was living with her a job at the place, because she said that the woman had spent over $800 on Ubers. Which, how are you going to spend $800 on Ubers to work within a week of starting a job? So I suspect that woman has already been working there and has had a much longer time to be paying for Ubers. Because she only mentions the one woman and the 2 guys being part of her training class.
Afford the favor. Like, I've been, like, base charging, and I'm like, okay, so that means you need to, like, pay me. And I'm charging way less than Uber. Yeah.
When did you check that Uber price? You said you gave him a ride home on Saturday. 2 different training classes. Okay. 2 different training classes. Yeah, nobody had gotten paid yet. Yeah, nobody had gotten paid yet, and she's bitching about not having gotten paid, but she's demanding money from these people when they haven't gotten paid either. But here it is. Okay, so you gave them a ride on Saturday. Is that when you check the Uber price? Because the Uber price is probably going to be a little bit higher on a Saturday. So were you going to be checking the Uber prices daily to their address? So it's like, yeah, when did you check the Uber price? Because it's based on supply and demand and distance. But she didn't, no. Nope, she didn't check it every day, though. She just said, she probably just checked it that one Saturday. And it's like, oh, it's going to be like $30 for an Uber. So I'll charge them 15. Even so, it's just, what pisses me off is she's taking advantage of vulnerable people. She's taking advantage of vulnerable people that don't have transportation and need to get to work. She's completely taking advantage of their situation of not having a ride to work and not being able to get to work. And it's like, well, I mean, $15 is cheaper than the Uber. I mean, okay. She's completely taking advantage of people in a difficult situation, and I don't like it. That tells me all that I need to know about the kind of person Roz is. She's always taking advantage of vulnerable people. You drive for Uber, Chocolate Cake Queef? Silly little kitties. Holy boobs. I know. I said a minute ago that I keep looking at her boobs. I can't help it. They look like frickin' flotation devices. Right, Nikki, the 4 of them should have just shared an Uber. It would have been cheaper, right? I know, just... But Rosie thinks that she's doing them a favor. But in reality, she's completely taking advantage of them. I know, it's all you see. They're just, boom, right there. Should take a screenshot for Scar. Buoyancy. Chris says, yep, Nikki, they would have gotten a discount for the rideshare. Mm-hmm. Ornamuck says, to be honest, seeing the amount of jobs that her parents have had, I think she was raised to hustle and grift. I think her parents were just trying to get by. Right? I mean, especially like with like insurance and things, we know that they put Rosie. Hey Thickums, how you doing? We know that, you know, we know Rosie was put in therapy when she was like 10 years old. Who knows what kind of special care Levi could have possibly needed whenever he was a kid. So they may have just needed to work extra jobs. Hi, Rory. Oh, wasn't he a rodeo clown? Chris says 7 jobs between them, going to school, being very active in church, and then going extreme couponing. No. Yeah, I mean, it's a lot of jobs if they did have that many. It's probably all just part-time. Oh, that sucks, Courtney. That's scary. Hey, Lazy. It's not physically possible. Unless they were all part-time. Or like one was like a side gig, like the clown job her dad had. If it was like a occasional gig, like once a week or something. But I don't know.
I can't afford the favor. Like I've been like basically doing a side hustle on top of YouTube, on top of my job, which is like being an Uber for an hour, base charging way less than Uber.
Right, raising 3 kids, one with autism, one with extreme food addiction and trauma. It's not possible. Yeah, I mean, I think I've heard the her parents have been in the chat whenever she has said her parents had 7 jobs between them, and they've never corrected her. So that would be the only reason why I would think that that is true. It's because her parents have never been like, well, no, we only had 5 jobs between us, you know.
That means you need to like pay me. And I'm charging way less than Uber. Yeah, I can't afford the favor. Like I've been like
I can't afford the favor. They're on the way. Oh, that's horrible, Courtney. But I'm unfortunately gonna have to remove that comment. Because the pew pew word, please be careful what words you use in the chat. I forgot what I was. Oh yeah, she was totally a brat.
and I'm like, okay, so that means you need to like pay me.
I know, Courtney, it's fine. So I just removed it and just reminded.
And I'm charging way less than Uber. Yeah, I can't afford the favor. Like I've been like basically doing a side hustle on top of YouTube, on top of my job, which is like being an Uber for an hour after work.
You're not being a fucking Uber. One time we had to chat just with emojis. I know y'all can do it, right? See, y'all can do it. Yeah, it's like, so she's treating this as like a side hustle. I can't afford it. They're on the way from your house. If you can't afford to take yourself to work, that's another story. But you don't need to make other people pay for your ride to work. She's just trying to earn extra money off these people by taking advantage from them. She's just a garbage, shitty piece of shit human.
Work. Like normally it's 2 other people, and then these 2 people that I took on Saturday happened to be where the other 2 people, one of them.
I want to know what the Uber rates were at this time. No way, $15 was way less than the regular fare. Right, it was a carpool, right? So who knows? Like, it's going to change based on time of day, based on like highway and things. Yeah, that was she was a rapper. She ended up winning or getting it dropped or something. Wear and tear on her car to drive several people. Oh my god. Oh my god. Plus, Taylor, she checked the price on a Saturday. So it's going to be more expensive. Rosie said that she lives 40 minutes away. These people, she's going to tell us how far away they lived, but like a 30-minute Uber ride in Florida is going to be a little more expensive.
Didn't go to work that day, and the other one, these 2 people that I took on Saturday happened to be where the other 2 people, one of them didn't go to work that day, and the other one left early. So if they had both been there, I would have had to take 3 separate addresses. So like, and I was charging each person.
Wait, say that again.
Happened to be where the other 2 people, one of them didn't go to work that day, and the other one left early. So if they had both been there, I would have had to take 3 separate addresses.
Okay, so one of the guys wasn't at work that day.
So like, and I was charging each person a separate fee, so it would have been worth it. But like, that's how I'm able.
Okay, charging each person a separate fee. Oh, are you going live tonight? I thought you were going live tomorrow, Chris. For some reason, I thought it was the 17th you were going live. Bye, Chris. I'll be in there when we're done here.
to like afford gas right now, and like that's all gonna be different. I'll be able to be a little more choosy, but right now, like I need that shit. You know what I'm saying? Honestly, she was on my way home. Honestly.
Okay, Chris, good deal.
Like really was not far off from my house. Like on my way up, like she was about halfway.
They were not far off from my house.
Like really was not far off from my house. Like on my way up, like she was about halfway. So it's not the end of the world, but it's also like be of your word, you know?
So about halfway, it would be about 20-ish minutes. Because Rosie says that she's 40 minutes away. So she's like, oh, well, you know, it really isn't that far off. It's on my way. They might be off the highway, maybe a couple blocks, it sounds like.
You would never catch me telling somebody I'll pay you for something and then I don't pay them. Never. I would rather
She's such a bitch.
die than even be perceived as that kind of person.
Just the way she acts, I don't know what it is. It irritates me. Just her attitude. The attitude is just like, be for fucking real. You're such a god-awful person.
Hello? Yeah, maybe have them pay you first. Yeah, that's what I'm gonna tell them. Be like, hey, you're gonna need to prepay. Sorry, I need you to prepay. Like,
right, Jennifer. Hi, Jennifer.
Like, I'm not
welcome
gonna
in.
shit where I eat. You know what I'm saying? Like,
but you are shitting where you eat. You're fucking over coworkers. Hey, bovine meat. Welcome in. Yeah. You are shitting where you eat. You work with these people. And you're trying to bait. I mean, the woman's right calling you a scammer.
I'm not gonna stiff somebody that I work with. That's crazy.
No, but you're gonna threaten that you want to punch them. And you're gonna take advantage of their living situations and not being able to, you know, have a vehicle. Which, that'll be funny in a second, having a vehicle.
Yeah, that ain't my style, but make sure you set the record straight. Yeah, I know. And so I'm just gonna lay it. I'm not gonna respond
right,
to
Rory.
it off live, but also I don't know if she thought I'm not gonna go out of my way to pick her up on my way to work. I ain't doing all that.
I can understand being like, okay, yeah, you know, I'm not able to take you to work because I don't have time for that. But I can take you home from work. I mean, I can understand that. But $15 for a one-way trip is fucking ridiculous. So I don't blame the woman for thinking it was $15 a day. But still, it's fucking expensive.
I'll take you home. But I ain't gonna leave early to go pick up people that I don't know. Absolutely not. Yeah, I don't know about monthly, but I was considering weekly. Oh, it's fine. I don't know. I'll play that by ear. I don't know how people don't have cars in Florida. No.
I don't know how people don't have cars in Florida. Oh, the irony of that right now, Roz. Alright, run back. We're watching how you summon karma. I don't know how people don't have cars in Florida. Who doesn't have a car right now, Roz? Who doesn't have a car right now because you parked somewhere without your flashers on and somebody rear-ended you? Who doesn't have a car? Is that you, Roz? Is it you that doesn't have a car? I don't know how you don't have a car in Florida, Roz. Bitch. Oh my god. Princess Pirate Pickle Pants says, I was floor support at a call center. We could tell them the training class was going to make it or not. We would have pegged Roz as a short timer on the first day as soon as she opened her mouth. Absolutely. Yeah, it didn't age well. It's surely exceedingly difficult to be without a vehicle in Florida, but not everyone is able to drive, wants to, or can't afford, like Roz can't afford to. Right. And that's the same everywhere. And what's worse is some places don't have public transportation or don't have very good public transportation. Like being safe, You know, like maybe things aren't safe in the area for them to take the transportation, the bus or whatever. Yeah, the car was her grandmother's, the The van was her grandmother's van, I believe. But then she had $8,000. She had $8,000 to get a vehicle with. Right, Ms. Dorella. There's lots of reasons why people can't drive, and that's why it irritates me personally when people try to get one over on Amber, being like, well, you don't drive, Amber. She doesn't want to, and that's perfectly fine. She said that she has anxiety about driving. A lot of people do have anxiety when it comes to driving. They either just don't want to drive, they can't afford it, or they might have some kind of medical condition that prevents them from driving. Roz has none of those, except that I guess she can't afford one right now, but she could have got one. Oh, I love this pause here, like she's praying.
Oh my god, I have to deal with that text. Oh, I just remembered. I need to do shit. And, like, just... I need to schedule an aneurysm.
Schedule an aneurysm? Do you know what that means, Roz? I don't think you know what an aneurysm is.
I'm losing my mind. I don't even know if I'm gonna make it to work tomorrow.
Update from the live yesterday. I received a text while one of my coworkers basically wanting to figure out about getting a ride to work, and I was like, I've never signed.
So I believe she is wearing a bra here, but Righty here, Righty is always making a break for it, because whenever she's flipped in the kitchen, that's actually her right boob that is trying to escape out the side. Righty is very much a leaner. You better schedule aneurysm.
I'll bring y'all to work. And that's when I informed them again that I still had not been paid for the first ride I gave them. I was assured I'd get it. I still don't have it. This is the first time I gave these two women
Hi, K-Love. Welcome in.
rides because they're on my way home. And I said $50 for one way. And then I was DMing with one of the other ones, like in the work chat. And I was like, and they were acting like I said $15 for round trip drives. I'm sorry. In what economy? What?
In what economy? What the fuck are you talking about? That's the right boob. This is the right boob, Ms. Dorella. And what do you mean? Excuse me? In what economy? Ah. You're such an entitled fucking bitch. They're on the way. $15. Let's say gas was $3.50 at the time. Let's say $3.50. That is like 4.5 gallons of gas. Even if your minivan here gets 18 miles per gallon, they're paying you for several days of gas. But no, you're trying to make a profit because you're trying to do a fucking side hustle on your coworkers, which is not cool. Hey, Hibiscus. Yeah, a $15 for a 20-minute trip is an absolute ripoff whenever you're just trying to take your coworkers. What's around her neck? Well, she has that necklace with the crystal and like the rainbow beads, and then the blue thing is her work lanyard. Yeah, and her weight is going to probably lessen the fuel mileage as well. Yeah, and she has another necklace here around her neck too. Yeah, so $15 from the two women total. And then the other two co-workers were men who lived closer. They were paying her in cash or in marijuana. Yeah, she'll say that in a minute.
In what economy? Are you kidding? I'm delaying going home to give you a ride. The bare minimum.
Oh, you poor baby. You poor baby delaying going home by a few minutes. You poor thing.
What we could do is pay me a discounted rate based on a regular Uber ride. Are you joking? You live 25 minutes north of our job, and you want to pay me $7.50 per one-way trip? Are you joking?
They live 25 minutes north. You live 40 minutes north. You have to go past their home. You aren't going out of your way.
2 passengers? Are you joking? Ridiculous. I even flat out said to them, I was like, at this point, because of how everything played out, I was like, unless you pay me, I'm not giving you rides. Because you've abused my kindness at this point. Like, I didn't say it like that part. But like,
you abuse my kindness. You're not being kind. You're taking advantage of people because you're a fucking shitty-ass person.
Like, they've abused my kindness at this point. Like, it would have been one thing if there was, like, a delay and they'd actually...
Hi, Magnolia. Right. Plus, she said it was on her way, so she'd be traveling that route and using that gas regardless. 100% ripoff. Kicking some bucks for gas, sure, but it's such a hassle. Right. Yeah, they're on the way. This story of hers pisses me off so much. Maybe because I would never do this to people. Never. Maybe that's why it pisses me off so much. Right, yeah, she has a van. Load this fucker up. Get 5, 6 people in here.
They had a whole fucking weekend. A whole fucking weekend. They've had all day today to get me the fucking money. But they...
How are they supposed to get you the money? They haven't been paid yet. What do you expect them to do? Go donate plasma? What do you expect? They haven't gotten paid yet, just like you piece of shit human being. I know, she sounds like... I've played this before. And it's gonna copyright strike me. But it's funny. I'm gonna get a copyright claim. I'm gonna mute it for a second here.
Yeah, that hurt? That hurt?
What the hell?
Yeah, that don't feel so good, does it? No, huh? Yeah, that's what happens, man.
Oh my God!
Yeah, that's what happens. Where's my money? You gonna give me my money? Where's my money, man?
I'm gonna have to mute that after the fact, but you all heard it. The rides from hell from them, yeah. Especially if Roz had to do her carpool karaoke. Imagine her in there singing her ass off in this song. Or in this song, in this car with the people. She's already like, I wanted to punch that old bitch. She's... Play.
Only owe me $12. And they're like...
So it's not 4 people, they'll run amok. It's not $15 per person. It's $15 for the 2 women combined because they lived in the same place. So she's going by address. It was $15 to take the women home. The 2 guys paid for their own rides separately. They were paying less than $15. But sometimes they paid her in joints, in weed instead. So she was for sure charging $15 for the 2 women together because they lived in the same house. The 2 guys sometimes paid cash, sometimes paid in marijuana. Let's just get it straight what is actually being paid. And one of the guys was interested in her, but he was married. And she didn't find out he was married until later.
Being like, okay, well, like, so, what do you, like, acting like I'm putting them out by charging $15
You are putting them out because you're fucking selfish.
for a one-way 25-minute ride instead of $15 for a round trip, waking up earlier, leaving it earlier to go pick them up and having to like wait.
So Mel's Salty Chicken, are you still here? Why did her brand new co-workers even know she smokes the devil's lettuce? Well, because they probably smoke too, and they've probably talked about it. Think of taking a train to work. No one would pay that much for that distance. Are you in America, bovine meat? Because trains aren't super common in a lot of areas. I don't think they have trains or subways in the area that she's in. Okay, so Mel's. You are in America? Yeah. A lot of areas don't have trains that are convenient to get to. So, Mel's. So, were you around for this particular video whenever she's talking about this? Were you thinking like, yeah, Roz, you weren't calling her Roz. Yeah, Rosie, they really should pay you the money. They need to pay you what they owe you. Or were you thinking, why are you charging them so much for that? That doesn't make sense. What was the vibe like in the chat during these stories, if you can remember? It's been a while. You just mean like price comparison for transit? Well, yeah, of course, like buses and of course the larger transportation like buses and trains, of course, are going to be cheaper. Same Ms. Durella. I would completely avoid her.
On them, however long that takes. And also, to top it all off, there's smokers earlier to go pick them up and having to like wait on them, however long that takes.
You didn't see this?
To top it all off, there's smokers.
Well, remember, one of the guys was interested in her. This is their first week of training. One of the guys likes bigger gals and already wants to get up all in that fupa and is like flirting with her. So they've probably discussed it.
To go pick them up and having to like wait on them, however long that takes. And also, to top it all off, there's smokers. Like, no offense, but like you're literally smoking and then immediately getting.
They're probably going to be ready when you get there to pick them up. Now, smoking, yeah, they might have just smoked before they get in the car. That would kind of bother me too. Excuse me.
And I have long.
It's just not something I've ever discussed with my coworkers unless we became close at some point. I'm licensed to smoke now, but I used to get drug tested for every job I've ever had. Yeah, most jobs will test. Again, I'm not sure how the D word that I also just said is going to appear in chat there. We usually will be like rug or something, or D rugs. Yeah, they may have had to test, maybe not. People can pass those though. Hey Dessa. Yeah. So cigarette smoke and weed smoke smell very different, right? But whenever you smoke it, you can't smell it, right? You become nose blind to it. So yeah, the smokers aren't going to realize how much the cigarette smoke is going to bother them. And the weed is also going to have a smell, but people can't smell it when they smoke it, and they don't realize they smell like it. Yeah, so I actually did a blog post about the legality of using weed a few years ago, back in 2020 actually. With it not being legal federally, you can still not be hired if you test positive, because the laws haven't caught up to like the medical usage and the legal usage of it in some states. But also, the bad thing is it stays in your system for a while, right? You could have smoked 4 days ago and you go in for a test and not be under the influence of it and test positive, which causes issues if you are working a job and you get hurt on the job. Because if you go into the hospital and they do the drug test on you, they do the P test, and you show up positive, you're not going to get workers' compensation. Workers' comp won't pay for it if you test positive, which can be an issue because you could possibly have smoked 3 or 4 days before and not be under the influence, but because it stays in your system so long, it could appear.
Issues. And like, I'll deal with it for the fucking money. And like, thank you for not asking me to smoke in my car. But like, bro, if I could afford my own gas money, I wouldn't be doing it at all.
Mm-hmm.
But I am doing it for gas money until at least my first check.
You're just doing it for money until what?
If I could afford my own gas money, I wouldn't be doing it at all. But I am doing it for gas money until at least my first check.
Until at least my first check. Yeah, adipose tissue, hold it longer. Until your first check, which they also have not received. And you're expecting them to pay you $15 fucking a day.
The dude that I give rides to, I would keep doing it because he's chill. We're like kind of friendly. He's chill. No drama. He lives like 10 minutes from here. It's not a big deal. But he's a
Oh, the 10 minutes from here is chill. Is that on the way home or is it a separate direction? It better be on the way home, because what's the difference with his 10 minutes on the way and the 25 minutes on the way?
To piss me off. Mainly one of them. I think the other one genuinely didn't even know what was going on, so I'm giving her the benefit of the doubt. Well, where's my fucking money? And it's like, it's not even about, like, it's $12. Like, it's not the end of the world. But it's not the fucking principle. Like, what?
She's done call centers. She says she's worked in healthcare, so it's been like medical billing, I think, or like coding or call center type things for healthcare.
Why are you gonna like shortchange someone you fucking see every goddamn day and work with? And you're like so thankful to get rides from me because you spent already $800 in Uber fees. I'm doing you a huge fucking favor and you can't even like give bare minimum respect. Like, hello? Are you good?
No. Let's reword that for you properly, Rosie. I'm taking advantage of a woman that has paid $800 in Uber fees by only charging her $15 a day for a ride one way. You're not doing anybody a fucking favor. You're taking advantage of her situation. Rory.
No, the answer's no. What the fuck? But yeah, it's starting to get to a point where it's like, once I have the money, I'm gonna just be like, fuck y'all, figure it the fuck out. Y'all got paid, pay your fucking dues. I'm over this shit. But it's basically like a side hustle, because like, I'm going to be spending about...
Again, it's a side hustle. You're not doing anybody any fucking favors. You're doing it to make money as a side hustle.
About $200 a month on gas alone. It is the principle of it. I just, my...
So she says $200 in gas alone. I know some people have questioned that, but she lives 40 minutes. She lives 40 minutes from her job, and depending on traffic, I mean, it's like, if she's getting maybe 20, we'll say generously, like 20 miles per gallon, that's like 4 gallons of gas a day to and from work. So I can certainly see her using $200 in gas a month. Just because it is a 40-minute drive. That's incredible news, Ruthie. Whoop, whoop. Yay. So glad your biopsy came back negative and you got approved for your next apartment. That is amazing, Ruthie. We are so happy for you. Congratulations. Let's get some cheers and some hearts in the chat for Ruthie. Yeah, her jobs have always been like low skill. Let's get some buzz balls in there too. Let's get some buzz balls in there. Some celebration with some buzz balls. Should I get a buzz ball for tomorrow night's members stream? One of the big giant fucking buzz balls. Should I get one of those tomorrow? On the way back from my booby squish appointment? Hey, BJ. Aw. Thank you, Chocolate Cake Queef. Let me see. I don't like makers. Let me see. Let me do a poll. Tomorrow's beverage. Tomorrow's boozy beverage. We're gonna have it. Let's see. We'll do buzz balls, rum and soda. I don't know, some bottled fruity drink that we can get, like those old school Jack Daniels, the little Jack Daniel mixer things. You guys know what I'm talking about? Some kind of bottled little drink. Like the punch, the watermelon punch, whatever. Here we go. We'll start the poll there for you guys. Oh, no, thank you, Chocolate Cake Queef. You don't need to send anything. Oh, yeah, the Bartles and James, those. Bovine. I don't know how long you've been here, but I used to live in South Korea. I've had a lot of soju, and it tastes like rubbing alcohol. If I'm going to be sitting here streaming, the drink is going to taste good. Ugh. Mad Dog? No. And we're not doing Everclear. We're not doing Everclear. We're not doing Mad Dog. Aw, Fiona's mom. You don't need to send a super chat for that. Thank you so much, hon. Buzzball / fruity drink and possibly snacky. Thank you, Fiona's mom. I love you, my friend. Thank you so much. Boone's Farm. Yep. Oh my god. Are we showing our age? Are we showing our age with some of these? I do. I actually have ciders in my fridge. I have a lot of hard ciders in my fridge that were a gift to me from a friend. Tickled pink. First mip with Boone's. Oh. Yeah, the wine coolers. Yeah, they still make them. You can still get those at the grocery store and shit. At liquor stores. There's, I have Brick House ciders in my fridge currently. But there's a brand called Recorder Lig that's really, really good. Oh, I should have listed, like, what the fuck are those hard seltzers that everybody's drinking? Why can't I remember what they're called? What are those called? Liquor stores? I hardly know stores. What are those frickin' White Claw? Yes, thank you, White Claw. I think I've tried one before. Alright, I'm going to end the poll. Okay, it looks like white fruity drink, or white fruity drinks, bottled fruity drinks have won. Yeah, the Bartles and James wine cooler. So back when I was in high school, what my friends would buy for us to drink were either the Jack Daniels, like the watermelon punch, or like the Bartles and James, those wine coolers. All right, I'll have to stop and get. I'll have to stop at the liquor store. I'll have to stop at Friar Tuck's on the way home. I think Friar Tuck should have it. On my way home from my booby squish appointment. And yeah, good job for quitting, Ms. Jarella.
Fears about this job lie the fact of me needing to be
Hey, Fluffy Chris.
kind of pushy enough, and I think with some practice I could be pretty good at this job. I default to like wanting to save people money, not wanting to make them spend more. But
Bitch! So she just said that she wants to, like, this job. She's in sales, apparently, but she tends to want to save people money. She can't be pushy about it. After just talking about pushing these people to pay her for rides home and taking advantage of them, saving them money, right?
y'all got paid. Pay your fucking dues. I'm over this shit. But it's been basically like a side hustle because like I'm going to be spending about $200 a month on gas alone. It is the principle of it. My fears about this job lie in the fact of me needing to be kind of pushy enough, and I think with some practice I could be pretty good at this job. I default to like wanting to save people money, not
Lies.
wanting to make them spend more. But yeah, Kel's like I was saying, it's a fucking principle of it all, and it's just like, why are you gonna be shitty to people you work with, like you have to see every day? I'm also the kind of person where I would literally never.
Right, Ross? Why are you going to be shitty to people?
And I mean
Damn, Fiona's mom.
never.
Hey, LaFay. How you doing, hun? You went to the gyno on your birthday. I feel like you gave yourself the gift of a checkup. That's the worst birthday present ever, having somebody poking around.
Go and like tell them I would pay them for something and then not fucking pay them. I've had situations where like I thought things went through and then they didn't, and when I found out I was mortified and I like immediately corrected and apologized. More often than not in those types of situations, like I'm going on an extra $5 just to say I'm fucking sorry. I just don't understand how selfish some people can truly be, like in their core.
I know, Rosie. It's crazy how selfish some people can be.
And just not give a fuck about like how they're impacting other people. There was no microwave situation today because I camped out my microwave. It's just annoying because it's like if people weren't such fucking vultures.
Imagine what happens when you actually stand there and wait for your food to get done.
I could, it takes 3 minutes to cook. I can walk over and fill up my water cooler. I could walk over and say hi to a friend real quick. And it's like, I don't get to do that because people don't know how to fucking behave. They could never use someone like that.
Because people don't know how to fucking behave. How about because you can't just keep an eye on your food and then go say hi to your people while you're eating your food or fill up your water bottle? Fucking A. Because people don't know how to behave. Fucking bitch, shut up. Hi, Yummy. I think I already said hi to you.
I mean, same, I couldn't, like, sit with myself, I feel guilty, probably cry my eyes out. Honestly, felt the same. I'd be so embarrassed. I couldn't, like, sit with myself, literally. I basically have 2 jobs now. I count YouTube as, like, a job. Like, a job. Like, in the sense that it doesn't honestly feel like a job, but I take it seriously, and I put so much time in it that it's, like, it's kind of a job. And I do technically make money off of it, right? I do feel this, like, pressure. Like, I don't want to disappoint you guys. And we're on week 2, and I think I'm going to be able to swing 5 days of content. And I think if I can play my cards right, I can keep that up for a bit. I was verbally berated on my way home.
Look at that, putting out content while she's working a full-time job, and now she can't be arsed to edit a video to get it uploaded when YouTube is her full-time job. I was verbally berated
today because I was not giving rides for free. If you've been in my other lives prior to this one, I talked about how I made some deals with some coworkers who needed rides to places where I was charging them lower than Uber would. So I can make a little gas money and they don't have to pay Uber prices. It's a mutually like beneficial thing, right? You'd think.
Yeah, you'd think. Or you'd think you could just be a nice person and be like, yeah, you know, a few bucks. If you want to chip in, it's fine. You're on my way home. But no, you have to have a, quote, gas money hustle and take advantage of your coworkers.
Mutually beneficial, right? Cuckoo for Cocoa Puffs. Who would have fucking thought? Who would have thought, honestly? I'd never give that coworker a ride again. Oh no, I kicked them out of my car, dude.
You fucking
I haven't even
bitch.
gotten to the story yet. I know the title's gonna get people to go, excuse me, but it's what happened. Hi, oh, Jessica, of course you're here, Messica. What the fuck? There's a mess involved, you're here. I need to soft.
Roz's internet was being stupid.
I kept my cool, but I lost connection for a second. I'm still sick. Haven't missed a lick of work. That's what I get for that. I'm having
I'd like to thank me.
a day. So I started out in my training class giving two guides rides in my class. And I charge them both separately depending upon Uber's rates and their locations. They both have been paying their way. I get approached by these two women. One of them is chill, one of them is not chill. The one that is not chill in my training class. Because of course she is. Chemicals. Okay, moving on. So, these two women asked me for rides. The first day,
I'm good, LaFay. Just worked, and I have meetings tonight.
the first coworker who I said was the guy that
How are you?
was, quote, interesting, that I'm choosing to not talk about on the first. Okay, moving on. So, these two women asked me for rides. The first day, the first coworker who I said was the guy that was, quote, interesting, that I'm choosing to not talk about online because I need to see how that plays out. And then the other guy's like a chill.
Yeah, so that guy that was interested in her, turns out she finds out later that he was married. Yep, silly little kitties.
Guy who's also friends with the first guy, and they live pretty close together, and we made our arrangements. I explained to the first girl, the second girl is the one in my class, the first girl is not. I got myself into trouble, guys, and I just was trying to be nice, and I'm gonna have to really...
Ugh, you weren't trying to be nice. If that's your version of being nice, I'd hate to see your version of being mean.
circumvent how I operate now, because what really sucks is I was excited to come...
Circumvent how I operate. Well, the guy was interested in her. He was flirting with her.
home and go live and tell you guys about how great today was. Like, I came in second again on Kahoot. I was like doing really well in front of senior managers. Like, I was like killing it in participation, and like I've been standing out for good reasons at work, and so it's been going well. I've literally been like sitting in the bathroom at work on breaks with my headphones on, editing videos for like 15 minutes at a time, or like for parts of my hour lunch, like just to find extra time to put into what I'm actually passionate about here.
Look, she was so passionate about YouTube back then, making the time that she could to edit videos. Now we get nothing. We get 10 minutes of a black screen, or 10 minutes of Remy playing piano.
Coming around because I'm really frazzled. Because I didn't have any strong physical reactions, but like outwardly, I kept myself very contained because of how
I doubt that.
bad this can go for me. I was shaking, I don't know, for 20 minutes of my 50-minute drive after I left them in the parking lot.
So most places, Cashew, you'll get 2 15-minute breaks during your shift and then a lunch break. So they were probably given a 15-minute break. Okay, Tay, be safe. Jessica says, move on. I subscribe to you because you don't spend 200 hours on a topic. Gosh. What topic did you want me to move on from, Jessica? What can I do to make you happy? 3 or 4 minutes of her saying nonsense in a vlog that wasn't needed. Or like, yeah.
I was shaking for 20 minutes of my 50-minute drive after I left them in the parking lot. Because I was already shortchanged for the first ride. They still owed me money. And I didn't like pull a dick move and make them get out of my car when they didn't prepay me, and I didn't want to create an awkward situation in the work parking lot, even though I had a conversation with the girl who's supposed to pay me, and I told her
yeah, why you already said they didn't pay you for the first ride. So why did you try to take them home? Why did you take them home whenever you said they already hadn't paid you for the first ride? I mean, you didn't want to cause a scene in the parking lot, so instead you're just going to leave them. You're just going to leave them in the middle of a parking lot. That's so much better. So much better. How about the fact that you spent almost 5 minutes talking about how angry you are? We get it. I don't think I did. I don't think I spent 5 minutes on that, Jessica, but I mean, we can always go back and time it. Because, yeah, Roz does make me angry because she's a horrible person.
I'm not giving you rides unless you prepay. And she didn't prepay.
But you gave her a ride anyway.
And so we drop off the second person and we start driving, and I eventually get the gumption, I turn on the radio and I ask the girl in the back like why I hadn't been prepaid yet. Just like that. I wasn't like, why haven't you paid?
Okay, so she's dropped the two guys off at this point. She has the two women in the car. The woman in the back is the one that is supposed to be paying for the rides. And she's the one that is not in Roz's training class. The one in the passenger seat isn't paying for the rides. The one in the back is paying for both of them.
I wasn't like, where's my fucking money? I was just like, why? Like, we had this conversation. I'm not going to say that because I'm not going to talk down to you. Yesterday I gave a ride to just the girl that was sitting in the back. And I learned some stuff about their home life. I learned some stuff about this other person that really put me on pause and made me realize I had accidentally walked into something that was way more drama than it was ever worth.
What do you mean you walked into something that was way more drama than it was worth? All you're doing is giving them rides. You're not walking in to anything. What are you walking into just by giving them a ride home? You're not walking into their personal life. Jessica says, both you and Ilya need to realize that we subscribe for your reaction of what is at hand, not personal BS. Well, I do have a lot of people that do enjoy hearing personal things about our lives. Same with Ilya. Some people may not like that. But sometimes we do discuss our personal opinions or personal thoughts or how something makes us feel. So, I mean... But you know what? I just thought of something because you mentioned that. Hold on. Who is that? Because I don't think... Oh, you're not the real Jessica. No, we have an imposter Jessica. I'm sorry, this isn't the real Jessica. Oh, you fooled me for a second there, because I think the other Jessica is a member, I believe. So, yeah, you know what we're gonna do? Oh, imposter! No, it was someone else. Because I think the actual Jessica, I think, is a member. And I should have noticed that, but I wasn't thinking about it. I just saw the name Jessica. No. Oh, I'm sorry, Yami. Yeah, Taylor. It was Voldemort. Voldemort was bored, I guess. Hey, Sammy. You clicked in from Discord? No, clever nickname girl, it's not Roz. Yeah, as soon as they mentioned Ilya, I was like, and then I noticed they weren't. Yeah, we should have got that notification a long time ago, Sammy. No, there's other drama issues, and it was that person, so. But it was a troll. It's fine. It was Voldemort. All right.
Ride to just the girl that was sitting in the back. And I learned some stuff about their home life. I learned some stuff about this other person that really put me on pause and made me realize I'd...
Oh, was there? Who's posting in my Discord? Ah, Bimbo. I see, Sammy. You don't come in just to hang out with us and be part of the stream. You came in just for some drama. Mm-hmm. Thanks, Sammy. I hope you're doing well, Sammy. It was her, Fiona. It was Voldemort. The account was created today, and they made it look like Jessica. Who I believe Jessica is a member, and that should have been my first tip off. Because the name wasn't green.
accidentally walked into something that was way more drama than it was ever worth. I'm not going to go into their personal business online. That's not fair of me to do at all. I'll just say that it's really, really messy, and this woman showed me with how she treated me that this person in my car was not lying to me. She basically told me, I believe her exact words were that you're bullshit for charging people.
Princess Pirate Pickle Pants. You know what I hate dealing with in my own life? Drama. You know what I love watching when I want to turn my brain off? Other people's drama.
Money and bullshit for charging people money, and
it is bullshit how much you're charging them. If I ever get impersonated, just ask a question only a British baddie would know.
She was like grilling me about how much I was charging the other guys, and I go, it's discounted based off of Uber's running rate for your address from our job. I'm not a charity. I got money to make too. I'm working.
You're not, but giving coworkers rides home shouldn't be a way to make money. Probably Taylor. It's just, it's done, Zalfruit. They're gone. I timed them out. I should just block them. It's giving your coworkers a ride home shouldn't be a way to earn income. It just shouldn't be. Right? You have a job. It's just so shitty.
You are paying for my time and my gas and my mileage. You're paying
for my time, my gas, and my mileage. Well, they live on the way. You're not going out of your way.
something that is less than the standard rate to get a discount because we are having a mutually beneficial exchange.
It's beneficial to you. Yeah, they're getting a ride to work, but they got to put up with your ass.
1 + 1 = 2, my guy. I don't quite get it beyond that. So she says that, and
I do. You're a fucking bitch.
she said, she called me bullshit, and I remember I was literally, I had the steering wheel in front of me, I went, okay. Turning lane signal went on, went into the other lane.
I know, she looks like mafia boss, greasy hair, Roz here.
Turned into the first parking lot I saw. I think it was a Smoothie King parking lot. I park, and I look, and I go, so-and-so, the girl in the back. I said, I don't care what you do. You get out of my car. She's like, I can't believe this, da-da-da. I look at her, and I go, you have 2 choices.
You have 2 choices.
Just like that. You have 2 choices. I had a gentle parent a woman older than my mother.
So here's a woman older than her mother, probably in her 60s maybe. Probably 60-ish, we'll say. Just starting a new fucking call center job because she needs a job. None of you have gotten paid. Right, it doesn't sound gentle at all, Cashew. What you did was you had to be a bitch to an elderly coworker. And then the woman in the back is the one that owed you the money, not the passenger.
I didn't even have to say what the choices are, but it's kind of clear. Get out of my car or I call the police, because I ain't fucking around with this. None of this is worth my time, my peace, my grace. None of it. I don't let people I love mistreat me. The fuck you think you're gonna mistreat me? Who the fuck do you think you are? Absolutely not. But how I talk to her is very important, because I now have an HR nightmare on my hands because I was trying to do something nice to help her.
Why do you have an HR nightmare on your hands? This happened outside of work. It doesn't involve work.
Her and me. I don't owe her shit. And to act so goddamn entitled.
You're the entitled one, fuck.
You're entitled to my time, my gas, to complain that I'm dropping off other people before.
She wasn't complaining that you were dropping off other people, as far as we know. All she did was ask how much you were charging those guys. Because apparently they sometimes would pay you in weed. I know, the fist punching. And yeah, you're scamming them.
It escalated. I said, like, she was starting to escalate. She complained about, she said like $15.
Oh, and your time. It's on the way.
For a 30-minute ride. $15 for a 30-minute ride. $15 for a 30-minute ride. I really want to stress that. Honestly, she was on my way home. Honestly, like, really was not far off from my house.
Yeah. It was a 20-minute ride earlier, 20 or 25. Now it's 30. The chocolate one's pretty good. It's like, what are you doing? Now you're saying that it's this huge, like, time sink on you.
Because I think they thought I was going to charge them $15 for 2 30-minute rides.
Which it should have been. You're charging them way too fucking much.
But I don't do rides for coworkers in the morning. My mornings are for me. She was like, $15 for what? That was
so
what she
mad.
said. $15 for what? Because they're on my way home. And I said, you can get an Uber. Just like that. Because I'm at that point, I'm talking to a customer. At that point, I'm like,
They're not a customer. They're coworkers that you're doing a favor for because you're such a good person.
I'm basically at this point right second in my class behind a 19-year-old. I'm not good.
Who gives a fuck?
To fucking risk this for some ornery old fucking. No, Rosie, stop. We're not saying shit about her. It ain't worth my job. It ain't worth my job. I would have charged my own sister $20. Exactly. And I was like, I almost pulled over and went live because you guys, when I deal with confrontation like that,
Look how much smaller she looks here.
I physically shake. Sometimes my legs shake so bad. I mean, literally like this, because I have CPTSD, and that's how my body manifests.
Probably adrenaline.
Stress response in heightened stress situations, specifically for confrontation. That's something that I've had since I was young. Honestly, it's gotten worse. because I have the ability to command myself with my voice and my presence. I'm best confrontational when I'm seated. And what was crazy is she was
And you're always seated now.
not the one paying. She was...
When I first heard this, it pissed me the fuck off. She wasn't even the one paying.
bumming a free ride off. Just crazy. Yeah, Chris,
What do you mean bumming a free ride? They live in the same house.
don't delete that comment, but yeah.
Oh, yeah. So Nikki left this in because she was yelling at Chris about deleting a comment. Chronicles of Chris.
Just crazy. Yeah, Chris, don't delete that comment, but yeah. She wasn't even paying. It wasn't even her money. Look, they can play 4 Connect while I play chess. I already called my training.
They can play Connect 4 while I played chess. Bitch. Yeah, so it's the mods never knew what Rosie would allow and what she wouldn't allow in the messages. So that's why Nikki left that in there.
Manager as soon as they got out of my car. So I left a voicemail with a timestamp, and I was very careful with what I said and how I said it. But I have a timestamp catalog now and statement. I'm probably gonna have to wake up really early. I'm probably gonna try to...
I gotta go to HR. I have an HR nightmare on my hands. So she's gonna go try to get her story into HR first.
I show up to work an hour early just so no one sees me go into HR's office, and hopefully I can...
So no one sees me going in.
Handle it. I hope I can handle it before people get there. The worst part, guys, is she directly threatened me. She directly threatened me with, wait till I tell everybody about what a con artist you are.
Because you are.
I'm so mad. Ugh, fuck that bitch.
See that fist punch?
Ugh, fuck that bitch. I have to document it. My plan is to walk into the office and I'm going to tell her I don't want to do anything. I want to escalate anything. I don't want to have any conversations. I want her to document my statement and what happened, because I have a very strong feeling that this is going to escalate. Women like this, the bottom line is I will outlast her. So I just have to cover my ass. And also I need to follow protocol. Protocol is when
there's no fucking protocol.
Situations like this happen is you need to let
at work, not outside of work.
And that's protocol. And I'm gonna follow the protocol. And I'm willing to be honest, and I'm gonna tell them how we got here and let them know that I cut it off immediately, but that I was threatened, that I was threatened with a hostile work environment. So this is something to get HR involved with, unfortunately. I wanted to really avoid HR for the first month or two, because because once I get my medical notes, I want to have to become besties with her, and I would rather...
Once I get my medical notice, I'm gonna have to become besties with her. So she's gonna have to manipulate HR to get the things that she needs in order to do her job. Yeah, she's gonna totally red flag herself.
Wait and not have any kind of reputation attached to my name. But I can't risk not telling HR, and I'm pissed. You guys...
Can't she put a swim shirt on during her live stream? You H2O rat may be behind, because we're out of the pool.
I'm so angry. Basically, the TLDR of it is I was verbally berated for not giving a free ride to a coworker. I was called a con artist for winning gas money, and I really got my vibe.
You were called a con artist because you are drastically overcharging people and taking advantage of people in vulnerable situations.
Up on the way home, and that's not a vibe. I'm not even upset about her. Like, oh my god, I do not care. I'm worried about the long-standing repercussions. I mean, I feel like she's gonna tell on herself, and like, it'll all work out in the end. And I believe I'm generally well liked at work. I think I have a good standing. Sometimes I worry about being seen as too much of a brown noser. Chris,
because you are.
It's okay. Please don't over delete comments, Chris. Please, like, unless they're being directly spamming or mean. Yeah, like those should be deleted. But
yeah, those don't delete. Oh well, okay, those should be. Yeah, they never knew what she fucking wanted. She was fine people coming in being flirty and like wanting to get with her and shit, but sometimes she was okay with it, sometimes she wasn't. You worked 4 years, and other than an annual review, you never spoke to HR. I've spoken to HR for various things, not like just like work related things, like, hey, I need this done, or I need to know about this, you know.
Some of those,
right, read my mind.
I'm low-key angry at that girl now. Yeah, and I have to work with her every day, dude. I have to work with this woman every day. Why do I always attract the difficult people?
You are the difficult person because you're horrible.
I really gotta be careful what I say here. I'm just pissed. I'm just really pissed. Because y'all saw how irritated I was about the microwave
Okay, Taylor, Rosie distracting you with her breathing.
situation. This level of disrespect? How am I gonna watch my face?
How am I gonna watch my face? I just want to punch her.
How am I gonna look like I don't want to punch her? I don't want to punch her and I won't punch her. But you know what I mean? Like, how am I gonna not have resting bitch face? I'm gonna
Girl, you can't help that.
try to avoid it, but we're in the same training class for the next fucking 12 weeks. We're only 1 week in, dude. I'm not yelling at you. I'm just really...
Yeah, they're 1 week in. And she's already causing this much of a problem.
really putting emphasis on the situation I'm in. The lady's entitlement was insane. Absolutely.
Hey,
That's
Sky.
the part that I can't get. I am a people pleaser to a fault. I say I'm a people pleaser in recovery. And I am in recovery. And I fucking relapsed, man. But I stood up for myself. I didn't take her home.
I stood up for myself. I didn't take her home. It sounds like she stood up for herself against you being a fucking scammer and taking advantage of people. LaFay says, I don't do well in corporate world. It turns me out and it bums me out and I feel gray. Yeah, I feel you. I've been in the corporate world for, I don't know, 18 years.
I pulled over into a parking lot and I had to threaten the cops. I didn't have to say the word cops. I didn't even have to actually pick up my phone, but I would have. Because I have been mistreated enough in my life. I won't let my family mistreat me. I'll step up toe-to-toe with my mama, and you think I'm not gonna go to toe-to-toe with you? Please.
I'll go toe-to-toe with my mama. I don't let anyone disrespect me.
I hate stepping up to my mama. And I only do it if absolutely necessary. Because I don't let people disrespect my boundaries. And I don't care if you're my mama. I've been through enough and I've done enough therapy. I will not let anyone mistreat me. There ain't no paycheck. There ain't nothing that could sell my soul hard enough to be disrespected.
If you think anything about her dad probably doesn't ever challenge anything.
Fuck out of here. I think she's gonna be gone soon too. I'd
Roz is probably a daddy's girl.
like to manifest no crossing of paths. Just stay out of my way. And my goal is to get leadership, and that's why it's like, this is not good.
My goal is to get leadership. Girl, you have the worst fucking work record. You can't stay at a job long enough. You can barely work 20 hours a week at any place. You had the part-time job earlier this year. You could barely even do fucking that.
This is not good. This is not good. And I want to keep it out of the office. But I gotta cover my own ass. And so, she can keep playing Connect 4, I'm gonna play chess. That's all I gotta say about that.
Girl, you're playing Candyland.
And then I try to do things to be nice, and then I end up in drama anyway, and I am bad at, like, reading social situations and, like, certain things. And I was just...
I'm bad at reading social situations. Is it the non-tism?
so nervous to be too aggressive too early. With, like, I almost told them I was just gonna, like, figure out another ride. I wish with all my might I had done that today. That's why I, earlier, when I was, like, saying with full conviction, I don't let anyone mistreat me, I mean that shit. If I think you might even have an inkling of narcissistic tendency, I'm out. I don't care if that means I'm alone for the rest of my life. I don't give a shit. I am here to protect my heart and my peace. I'm not going to ever
Right, Courtney.
let anyone treat me like that again.
Treat you like what, Roz? Like the piece of shit you are? Telling you, hey, you're taking advantage of us. You're disrespecting me.
That's all I know.
Right.
I think there's, like, varying levels of problematic, right? And at the end of the day, to expect someone to be 0% problematic is unrealistic. Being a human is being a problem.
Well, you're certainly a problem.
Obviously, there are some things that are absolutely inexcusable and horrible and da-da-da-da. And then there are some things that it's just like, yeah, it's someone who is being human, and in that moment they were kind of shitty. But how have they tried to make up for it? How have they addressed it? How have they moved forward from it? That's what...
Yes, Roz. You mentioned last night in your live that you have taken so much accountability and just done all these things and done all this work. Where? When? How? When have you ever done this? And how have you moved forward? Because we haven't seen any progress. We've seen zero progress, zero growth emotionally with anything.
what I care about.
All you do is weaponize therapy speak and take advantage of people. Oh, my shirt's not green, but you can see through me. Oh no. Oh no. Oh, look guys, I'm iridescent. Oh. I'm not opaque. Yeah, she's such a horrible, horrible person. Oh, whoop. Ah, shh. Sorry. I pressed play again. She's just, yeah, that whole story just, it makes me so angry because of how she takes advantage of people and then tries to justify it as her being the good person and trying to rewrite it with I'm doing them a favor. No, Roz, you're taking advantage of vulnerable people in horrible situations that are starting the same new job that you are. They also have not been paid. It's absurd. It's absolutely absurd. She's such a bad person. But Nikki is going to be uploading multiple videos kind of chronicling some of the bad things that Roz has done, how she's treated people, things of that nature. These are going to be a series. And this was the first one. Yeah, right, it was the first week and she's already having all these issues. So yeah. If you haven't watched this video over on Nikki's channel, you should go do that to give her the view, because Nikki is amazing and we adore her. So this is the video link. Yeah, I think I'm not gonna... Oh, is Chris? Okay, good. I'm going to be ending it here because I do have meetings tonight. I need to have dinner. But I'm going to redirect you all over to Chris. Just give me a second here to figure it out. Give me 1 second. Yeah, she is a piece of poop. But Chris is streaming, and I am going to try to figure out customization, redirect. I'm going to redirect you to... Oh, I have to ask Chris for redirect privileges. That's not nice, Chris. Let me just redirect to you. I'm going to pop in. It is members only, but if you are a member of Chris's channel, then you can watch the live. But yeah, I hope you all have a wonderful, wonderful rest of your night. Thank you for coming and hanging out with me for a little bit. And I hope you have a good night. Thank you for being angry at Roz with me. Thanks to Nikki for the video. And yeah, I hope you guys have a wonderful, wonderful rest of your evening. And we'll see you tomorrow for Roz's Members Only Live. Bum, bum, bum. All right. Love you guys. Until next time, be safe and take care.
Rolling across the kitchen tile. a sour sweet, torn right open, wanting more. 4 pounds high, chew, cherry red, stuck where fantasies are fed. That chair squeaks a rhythmic beat as she arches off its bread. It's just sex and candy, baby. Sugar rush and ecstasy, sour patch and high chew cravings, tangled up in you and me.